a time.
I love that. I love that. That's exactly how you do it. One thought at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one challenge at a time. And every day's a good day, right?
Yes. And keep my positive thinking up.
That's awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Today is Tuesday. So today is Speak to Grow Mastermind, where we focus around how do you use your words to grow your business, whether it's one-to-one or one-to-many, what you say matters. So how do you attract people that want to do business with you? They want to be with you. They want to hang out with you. They want to spend money with you because we want to grow our businesses, don't we? Who wants to grow some business? Who wants to make some money? Who wants to pay the bills?
Here.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So today we're going to mastermind around because we have conference coming up. So is everyone attending conference?
Yes.
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 Fantastic. And so the 2 days, Friday is speed networking, essentially. So it's all about meeting people. It's about understanding, it's about communicating. Okay, communicating your business, the problems you solve to then connect and attract the right clients. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where I always like to say words matter. Words matter. So, one of the things, this thing, words do matter, but do you know communication, how much of communication is words? What's the percentage, would you say?
50.
Yeah.
30.
50% is words. Okay. Anybody else?
20%.
20%. Any other guess?
25 to 30.
Less
Less
than 50.
You want to hear this? Truly, 7% of communication
Oh, even less.
is words. 7%, which means it has everything to do with your tone. It has everything to do with your body, your posture, your breath, your eyes, the speed at which you speak, how you walk into a room, how you sit down, how you look at the person next to you. That all is communicating. It's all communicating. So how are you going to show up Friday and Saturday physically so that you can communicate that you are all that in a bag of chips? Right? So you've got to look at it. So I've got a standing desk. This is one of the things I always recommend when you're a speaker. So how is your posture? Are you slumped? Where are your shoulders? They need to be back, right? Chin up, arms. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be doing this. What are some of the other mistakes? Have you guys ever witnessed somebody and you were like, oh, I don't want to run away. Have you ever met somebody, you just saw them and you're like, I don't want to talk to them. Have you ever felt that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are some of the things? Do you know? Do you even know? So this is one of them. Crossing your arms. So you want to pay attention to how your body's positioned. Another secret when it comes to body language and communication is, where are your feet pointed? Where are your feet pointed? Half the time, if somebody is halfway out of the conversation, their body's going to be turned sideways. Their feet are going to be like, I want to get away from you. So it's really, really awesome as a speaker that you pay attention to that. But because then you're like, okay, I know this person's already halfway gone. I need to change up what I'm saying. But you can also pay attention to, as you enter a room, as you are communicating with other people, you want to create that energy, that like. So open yourself up, right? Shoulders back, arms down. Don't Don't cross your arms. Don't put your arms in your pocket, right? You want to pay attention and be open. Feet shoulder width. Men have an easier time standing solid because that's how men typically are raised. Whereas women, we have a tendency, you know, one knee, you can't really see it here, but we like go sideways a little bit. One knee is bent, our hip is kind of out like this. But that's a posture of kind of like, I'm a wimp. We could, if somebody came over and tapped us on the shoulder, we'd fall right over. So position your feet that they're both solid, planted on the ground. And if you're sitting, you want to have the same look. Same look. You want to be, okay, rolling up. Ah. So you want to be solid on the chair because you're going to be doing the speed networking. Solid on the chair, right? Are you feeling this? You feeling what I'm talking about? This is because you're communicating. You know, you're paying attention to that. Trying to think, I don't have my phone with me. You know, if you're doing this, if the other person's doing that, you're losing their attention. What can you do to bring them back? Right? This is where the words do matter. And the other thing I want to tell you guys is energy matters. Have you ever listened to somebody and they're like, oh man, they got it going on, and they bring that energy, right? How do you bring energy? What's your level? Like attracts like. So if you, you know, to have that energized interaction with somebody, you got to bring it. Pay attention to your energy. And it's gonna, and I got to tell you, is there any other introverts out there? Who are my introverts? I'm loud and proud introvert, right? So, oh man, this takes a lot out of you. These 2 days are going to take a lot out of you, I can tell you. But remember your energy. How can you recharge your energy so that the people there are like, oh, we need to schedule a one-to-one. We need to get together. I need to know more about your business. So we're going to mastermind today around how do you up level your energy? Because your energy is a big chunk of communication. It's a big chunk. Who's been to university? You haven't been? Okay, Malcolm, you haven't been there yet. Kevin, have you yet? You have? Okay, so you saw, yeah. So I have a little exercise that I do. And we'll do it later if we have time. Because this is about you. How do you boost your energy? So let's talk about that. And I don't have my timer with me. So Mac, you're going to love that. So we're just going to go round robin and talk about how do we boost our energy. And I'm going to say, who wants to go first?
I go first.
All right, Miss Marla, talk to us.
Okay, my energy is just automatic and it's always there. And I gotta, instead of boosting it, I gotta tone it down because I have too much energy. So how do I tone down my energy level so it's more moderated, modesty? Mac?
Okay. You're one of the few people that have that, but just like you go up, you can come down. It has to do with your tone of voice, your posture, your speed, your body, I talk with my hands. You guys will, you know this, I talk with my hands, but you can go crazy or you can be very strategic with your hands and use it to draw people in. So the same way to up level, you can also kind of lower it. And just your tone of voice, slow down when you're talking, you know, maybe not move as much, and then really, really, really listen. So that's the art of it. If you have a lot of energy, you become a good listener, become a really good listener. Does that make sense? All right, Mac, talk to us.
I think, with Marla, it's not toning it down, but controlling it. I think we all fall into the trap that we gotta bomb it, excuse the term, on people and give them all the information that we have. And I remember one of my mentors saying, when you said your words, stop, because the first person that talked loses. And I'll find myself doing that in presentations. I'll sit there, and sometimes it's almost uncomfortable because you're waiting for the other person to say something, because then you win.
I love that. Great input. Any other input? Miss Wendy.
So I teach my clients not to turn down the energy. It's just to tweak the mindset of the energy, right? So it all depends on what your intention and what your focus is. You still want a high amount of energy, but it's how you're using that energy. Are you using it because you're intentional and you're focused and you want to learn about them? Or are you trying to talk about you? Or are you servant leading? Are you there to be of service? Like, what is your intention with your energy in order to use the right energy at the right level?
That's good. Marla, make sense?
I never thought about my energy in that sense. And what am I bringing to the table? I know that I just use it because I want to tell people right there and then the knowledge that I have. So I might be a servant leader.
Well, and I will tell you this. So we all, as entrepreneurs, we all have tons of knowledge. That's our zone of genius. You guys have so much information to give, but when it comes to networking, and I'm going to tell you, these conferences, we need to strategically not share so much, because we want to talk more about the problem we solve. We want to connect. We want to attract. And we don't like Max said, we don't want to vomit, right? So we've got to be more strategic about what we're talking about to then schedule. The goal, man, is to walk away with one-to-ones. You want to have appointments. You want people to want to get to know you and your service better, so that you can get that. So you tell them, be strategic, and tell them just enough to tell them, I get your problem. I hear what you're talking about. And these are some of the results that I bring. It's not how you get there. As entrepreneurs, we love to talk about the how, because that's like, I'm a nerd. Okay. I love talking about the nerdy stuff, but other people don't care. I know that. Like, I do NLP, I do all this stuff. The brain is so powerful. I love talking about how the brain, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They want to know that I'm going to boost their confidence, right? They're going to want to know that I'll help them teach or get on the stage, right? Make money speaking. That's what they want to talk about. The how is so cool. It's so cool, but they don't care. They don't care.
I'd like to add that what I do to get my energy correct is engage the audience. I do go to my strength, which is storytelling and humor. So I immediately will start telling a story. And like I said, that's my strength, is telling a story. So once I get them into the story and I use a little humor in there and get them laughing, that gets me in the right place. After that, I'm confident as hell right there. I'm just like, oh, I got them.
Yeah. Love that, Kevin. That's awesome. All right. Any other input? How do you get your energy there? Miss Wendy.
I walk in like I'm a $30,000 boss. And I just set that energy before I go in the room.
Yeah, you set the intention. I love it. Love it. Any other tools and tips? What do you do? Mac, what do you do when you walk in the room and you need to bring that energy?
You know, it's funny having a career as long as I have. I've had a lot of things pointed out. Um, I wear a cowboy hat, and I was down in Texas one time, and one of the guys that lived there saying, "You're from Colorado. Why are you wearing a cowboy hat?" I says, "Well, we wear Western hats in Colorado, but I wear it because when I'm on the other side of the trade show, people can see me, and they'll do a beeline to me, and they'll walk right by your booth."
I love it. So being memorable, wearing something that makes you memorable. And then it also shifts, like you put that persona on, right? You guys all know Beyonce, right? You know Beyonce, who is an introvert and struggles. So she has a persona, Sasha Fierce. So she says before she takes stage, she steps into Sasha Fierce, and that's the persona. So I love that, Mac. Just that hat shifts your persona. Fantastic. Anything else? Malcolm, talk to us.
For me, it's about being back on the playground. When we were 5, we didn't care what was going on. We beelined it to the playground and we played with everyone. So I tap into that playful side of me and then spew that out to everyone and I say, let's play.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, we wore capes. We didn't care. There was no itty bitty shitty committee, right? Our stinking thinking wasn't fired up then. We thought we could do anything. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you. All right, Darlene, what you got?
Usually I just have to work on being present because there's always stuff going on in my head. And so it takes some energy for me to do that. But I think the downside is that I listen, like everything I do at the clinic and, just what I'm doing with clients, I'm listening all the time. And so I need to work on that, just talk a little bit more, a little bit more with confidence because I have a ton of confidence with what I do, but presenting it is something I need to work on.
Yeah. Then here's one of the best ways to do it. Kevin nailed it, is tell a story. Stories are huge, and learn to tell a story in a short period of time. So I get 2 to 3 minutes. Get that story. You can tell an amazing story in 3 minutes. Amazing story in 3 minutes. That's one of the best ways to connect with people, get them to laugh, get them to and you can talk about the problems you solve. It's fantastic. So I love that Kevin brought that up. Yes, Mac.
The thing with the story is sometimes we feel like we've said it too many times. We may have heard it 1,000 times, but the person in front of us has only heard it once.
Malcolm.
I just 100% agree with Mac. I remember Garth Brooks talking about how people spend all this money to see him and he may have performed the song 50,000 times, but he's performing it for that person who's heard it for the first time. So it's not about what I've heard a million times. It's about that person here at the one time. So 100% agree with Mac.
I love that. And, and there's a clarification question that you can ask. You or a statement even is just say, stop me if you've heard this before. But it's such a, and I like the word juicy. It's a juicy story. I got to tell you this story. Stop me if you've heard it before. And then go into the story. And chances are, if they have heard it once before, they're going to maybe. Go ahead and tell it anyway, especially if you bring that energy. They're going to I don't know. She's excited. He's excited. I want to hear this. I got to hear this. So I love that. Oliver, you got anything to add?
Sure. Well, in a lot of ways, I could relate to Marla in that I just naturally have a lot of energy because it's just, for somebody who's a health fitness professional, it's just kind of built in me. I just did a hard workout last night, and then it's like I'm still feeling the vibes of that. And so to now exude that energy onto others when I'm talking, and if it's in a group setting, then I turn up the volume and speak louder, and then And of course, sometimes the situation will just kind of sort of dictate. I mean, if it's like a high energetic type of atmosphere like we see at the conferences, then sometimes I find myself having a tendency to like, start speaking faster, and I have to remind myself to slow down. So, be assertive, but yet, don't necessarily be overly loud necessarily. And that's what I find. And then, of course, like in the case of a friend of mine, that he discovered that his mom yesterday just had a stroke, which led into a cardiac episode. And so obviously, when speaking with somebody in that situation, which could also be commonplace with some of the clients that I talk with, even prospective clients, as I'm taking them through the onboarding process, they tell like some of these sad stories. And then, so of course, then I'll slow down my tone of voice and then just maybe kind of mellow it out a little bit in situations like that. So sometimes the situation will kind of dictate as to how you will speak.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So I think everybody's talked, right? We've gone around. So how you boost your energy to bring it. So, because here, you guys know this, write this down. Like attracts like. Okay. Like attracts like. So for, is the clients, the people that your prospects, don't you want them to be, energetic, happy people? Good, you want to work with somebody you like, right? So if you bring it, you're going to be naturally, you're going to be attracted to them, and they are going to be attracted to you. So remember that how you show up matters, your energy. And the last, I want to wrap up. Okay. So does that all make sense to everybody? Are we good? So pay attention to your energy. With that, okay, being an introvert, you have to pay attention to your energy in that. How do you recharge? Because it may be in halfway through the day, you're like, you're done. Like you need a break. Has anybody ever felt that? They're like, my energy, I need a little bit of break. I need to recharge. What is something you can do just in a couple minutes to break from the event and come back higher energy? What have you done, Wendy?
Meditation, or at least breathing for about 5 minutes, just to close your eyes, get your body to just rest. Even for 5 or 10 minutes, it makes a huge difference. Like after the first time I went through university, between university and the happy hour, I spent about 5 to 10 minutes just meditating in my car before I went into the happy hour. And like 5 or 10 people asked me, how do you look so vibrant? We all just got out of the same university. And it's like, because I took time to just decompress so I can lift myself back up.
Love that. And what's neat about meditation is you don't need, there's no fancy tool, there's you, it's just you. It's you and your breathing. It's you and your internal conversation. And you can do that anywhere, even in the restroom, at the conference. You need a break. It's amazing. They have these things in the stalls and you can close the door and you're all by yourself. It's kind of like, that's it. All right, Mac, you had something to add.
Well, and I agree with Wendy, meditation, but for me, because I work out of the house and that I'll walk through the yard and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful if there's 100 elk in the yard. I'm grateful if I'm chasing a raccoon out of the shed. I'm grateful that, flowers that I planted several years ago when Gail was still alive, that they're blooming. And it's just recognizing that we're all very fortunate. Most of us ignore that the riches that we have, and we should be happy about what we got.
Yeah, gratitude is so powerful. So powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Mac. That was awesome. Anyone else? Thoughts on how do you like recharge your energy after it's kind of depleted?
I'll get up and stretch or jump on the bike or elliptical for a few minutes.
Get your heart rate up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Physically go out for a walk, right? It's beautiful Colorado. The sun's going to be shining. And I'm putting that out there to the universe. The sun is going to be shining. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastic. And we can go outside, put our shades on, right? And just go for a simple walk. And then do that. I call it no peopling. You know, have 5 minutes of no peopling. Do a little meditation. Go for a walk. Be in nature. Get some sun. Fantastic. Great. Love that idea. Anything else? Marla, you looking like you got something to say here.
I'm just laughing because everybody needs to like recharge, and I'm like, I don't need a recharge. I gotta like do something crazy to like get my energy, get rid of it. So how do I get rid of the energy? That's what I want to know. I don't know how to get rid of it. Sometimes just like hanging on a vine, just running, hanging on a vine and doing something crazy to make everybody laugh. but I literally have like the Energizer Bunny. I'm the Energizer Bunny. I don't unwind until like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, I love that. Kevin, did you have something to say?
I was just gonna say that this exact same thing Wendy said. Meditating will even you out when you're over energized, because I get there too. I'm just like one of the other speakers said, I exercise daily. So sometimes I have too much energy and I have to, okay, calm down, relax, don't get out there and scare the people, because it'll come off as, too much, or I don't want to seem like I'm yelling at everybody. So I need to at times raise my voice, at times lower my voice. But to the Energizer Bunny's comment, which I hope she doesn't mind me calling her the Energizer Bunny, the opposite of a boring speech is an energetic, good speech. The opposite of a good speech is a boring speech. So it's better to be on the side of too much energy than not enough, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
I would agree with that. And at the end of the day, you guys, you also have to be authentic, because if you're trying to be something you're not, other people feel that. They really do feel it. I have had people that I've coached through that are like, they try to be more, woohoo. And it's like, kind of you feel it, right? They miss the mark. That's not who they are. That's not. And so people will feel that. So be authentic. Smile. It's okay to smile, especially if you're happy, laugh. People love laughter. And Marla, embrace your energy. And just remember, so as you're, if you're exuberating lots of energy, but watch their body language, because if they're leaning in, if they're like, oh, they want that energy, they're attracted to it. If they start turning a little bit, backing away, that's when you're like, okay, maybe I'll slow down my voice, my tone, my hands. I'll put my hands down, fold my hands in front of me. What can you do to just monitor? So constantly monitor, but be authentic. At the end of the day, you got to be authentic. You got to be you. Your best weapon, your superpower is being you. It really is. It's being you and your authentic self. You're genius. That's why you do what you do. Miss Wendy, talk to us.
Music is a great mood changer, right? So if you want to feel empowered, you could go listen to I'm a Bad Beep. Or if you need like to calm down, you can use like some classical or some reggae or something, just to kind of keep it playful, but tune it down. Like, use music.
And that's something we all have. Our smartphones, right? You got music on that. You carry that with you every day. You guys are going to have your smartphone with you. Love that idea. Thank you, Wendy. Anything else?
I always make sure I bring a lot of hearty snacks, just enough food, like in a thermos, because sometimes when the blood sugar goes down, then that is a big either helper or not. So that works for me.
Great ad, darling. That is so true, to have the right snacks. And on that note, also water. Making sure you're staying hydrated. It's Colorado, man. We need lots of water. But you're going to be talking a lot, so your voice will be stretched. If you think about it, we're gonna have 6 hours of talking. That's a lot of talking. So bring your water, energy drinks, whatever works for you. Anything else? Coffee? Is that what you're saying, Kev? You got your coffee, I got my tea. Yes. Yes. It'll probably be a 2 tea kind of day for me. I only do typically one. It'd probably be a 2 tea kind of day. So any other thoughts? I mean, your energy, like I said, like attracts like. So your energy, your body, your positioning, you are communication is only 7% words. It's only 7%. So start paying attention to how you're showing up. You're physically, right? It's not just how you dress. Mac likes to wear the hat, right? I wear these really cool shoes. I call them my big girl shoes because I'm also 5 foot nothing. So I'm like, okay, it makes me a little taller. It makes me feel confident. What can you wear? What can you bring? What can you do that's going to make you feel confident? It's going to make you feel sassy. Pay attention to your mindset. Pay attention to your energy. And then when you need to recharge, which chances are you're going to recharge, have that. Okay, I can go for a walk. I can have a snack, right, Darlene? And get some water. Go for, do a little meditation. Go in your car, right? Whatever you need to do to be able to pay attention to your energy. Is that helpful? Any ahas? Anybody walking away with something like, oh, I didn't think about that? You guys knew all this? Yeah, good. Love it. Love it. What, Mac?
I was just leaning forward, listening.
He's paying attention. Yes.
There's no timer.
I love it. I love it. Okay, guys. So helpful? Good? All right, my friends. Peace out. We will see you next Tuesday. And then we'll see each other in person on Friday. I can't wait. This is going to be such an amazing conference. Put your seatbelts on. This is going to be good. All right, my friends. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Go
Thanks.
speak to grow, baby. Speak to grow.
Make today great.
Yeah.